Hi guys, welcome to Babe Talks, a podcast about life and all its experiences. This is the podcast where we are changing the world one conversation at a time. How are you? How have you been? How has your week been? Personally, my week has been amazing. I've got a lot of feedback from people about the podcast. People are listening, people are tuned in, people are loving the conversations that we are having. And yeah, that's what I want to see. I like to see that there is impact. And yeah, guys, don't stop sending me your feedback, don't stop commenting. Visit our Instagram channel, visit our channel or page, whatever. Visit it and leave your comments. And yeah, on another note, it's not good. My back is paining, guys. Like, I've been having backache for some time now, and but anyway, I hope that I'm going to be healed in Jesus' name. So tell me, what was your highlight of the week? So for me, I got a call from one of the most random people ever, and I love conversations, I like to talk, and then we had a super long conversation. Honestly, like, from someone unexpected, it was quite nice and long, and yeah, that's what I love to do. So yeah, that was my highlight for the week. So we are coming to the end of the year, guys. 2024 is ending and we are coming to 2025. I don't know if I'm the only one who can feel the transition, but I feel like I'm already into it. I'm already like at the border, crossing. So I'm happy, and for that case, since we are transitioning from one point to another, from one year to another, I've decided that we're going to be talking about transition. We're going to be talking about change. So we're going to talk about change in our lives and how it affects us, and yeah, something like that. It's gonna be a hot one. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. So guys, I'm here thinking of what we are getting into, and I don't really know. For the first time ever, I can say I don't have a background story in mind. Ranang. Anyway, let me think. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I think I have a story. I have to be having a background story somewhere. So yeah, let me start and see how it flows. Anyway, so I remember when I was in primary, like, my first experience with change. And okay, I didn't know that I was going through change, but in introspect, that's when I see that this was one of the biggest changes of my life. Primary, we're always looking out for P7, and then going to secondary school, we are like, how is it going to be? Yeah, so finished PLE, I passed successfully, guys, but I'm not going to be telling you my aggregates, but just know I passed with flying colors. So yeah, hey, time comes and I have to join secondary school. I went to secondary school with an open mind, like I was already ready for what was going to happen. You know how most people fear that change, how is it going to be? For me, I was quite excited to know, like, this is a different space. And I just vividly remember my first time in school. Like, I remember me climbing up that hill. For those who are extended, that hill of Olevo. And I was just like, wow, this is a big space. This is this is so nice. I was wearing, I think, my black and yellow. And I was just like, yeah, it felt dope, guys. Black and yellow. That black long skirt and the yellow baggy shirt. It was plain anyway. And that time they used to allow, like, these design shirts, but I think mine was already like plain white. And I was just like, wow, this feels so different. I don't have to wear like the primary school uniform anymore. So I was like, wow, the skirt, the tie, and guys, for me it was dope. I was like, yeah, this is the dream. But I was not ready for the culture shock I was going to have. Yes, I was open-minded and everything, but guys, I had one of the biggest culture shocks in my life. Actually, I think the culture shock I had at that transition, I've not experienced it like again. I remember going for entertainment and girls were like dancing and twerking and the music. I was like, Banange, chichichino. I was like, I think if possible, my jaws would have dropped because I remember I was just like in awe at everything that was happening, the way like girls would move. And I'm like, what? That's the first time I heard about dating. And I'm like, guys, is this what happens? For me, everything was new. And also, I'm thinking, like, we had no business thinking about dating in senior one, honestly. Yeah. But obviously, it was a mixed school. And yeah, I guess that's what happened. Like, the music videos were like, people were just dancing. And me, I was just like, honestly. So I remember even the type of language that we were using in high school. There was this slang. Everything was in slang. You would not speak a normal way, the way I'm speaking to you right now. That was not it. Why were we calling food doof? But I remember even I had a scrapbook where I would write the slang. Funny enough, I don't remember a lot of slang from high school. I think I'm growing old very fast because I really want to share some more, but the only thing that's coming to my mind is food and doof. So A level, there wasn't much of a difference from O level because I actually went back to the same school. But yeah, I didn't have any expectations joining from O level to A level, so I don't think that change was really significant as it was before for me in senior one, right? So fast forward, heading to the university, I guess I was ready for all this change. I was excited as usual. I'm a person who loves to know what's gonna come up, and I'm always excited for that sort of change because it's usually planned, after P7 you're going senior 4, after senior 4, senior 6, after senior 6 campus. So the excitement was not that much. So moving on to campus, I was expectant of the change. I knew that a lot was going to happen and I was here for it. I knew I had to become different, and obviously you have to transform with that transformation that comes. Yeah. So the transition was quite smooth and there was no serious culture shock because I've now heard of many things and I was open-minded as usual. And yeah, fast forward in campus, let me see the kind of changes that happened. By the way, from campus, I transitioned from a tomboy to now like a girly girl. Guys, go and listen to my episode about femininity because I talk about it, I think, more in depth. And yeah, it was something I was actually not ready for. The transition just came, boop. I remember I was so scared when I first wore makeup for lectures. I used to wear makeup and then I would remove it like before lectures. I would just practice it on my face and what. And then when it was time for going for lectures, I would remove it because I was actually scared for the kind of person I was becoming. I'm like, why do I like these things? And then I was scared how people were going to see me as well because it seemed foreign. I realized when you're expectant of that change, you can be excited. But if you do not expect it, this change that comes abruptly, like you don't know what's next, that change can be quite scary. It can be quite uncomfortable because of fear of the unknown. I think I've talked about it in the previous episodes. Guys, if you have not listened to the previous episodes, please listen to them because it actually makes more sense, I guess. And yeah, the story flows even more. Fast forward to completion of campus. I've graduated and now what? Guys, after graduation, this is the season of, I think, change. Everything changes. And you know what? You know how in primary we were looking forward to go to secondary, to O level. Then after that, maybe from A level, we are now definitely going to campus. And we know that change is coming, right? But now after campus, everything is plain. The playing field is just a plateau and the ball can go anywhere. You can become anything. Like, it is just a world surrounded by a tornado of change. You reach a point whereby you're not expecting anything because you don't know what is going to happen. Today, you don't have a job. tomorrow you don't have a job. Today you have money, tomorrow you don't have money. The next day you're doing masters, the next day you're changing career. And remember, in one of the episodes, I shared how I love to plan my life and, see far ahead of you. Hey! So now I'm at a point of complete transition without knowing what the future holds. Everything is completely evolving, I'm experiencing change in every aspect of my life, spiritually, financially, emotionally. Kwegamba, I'm becoming a new being. Who knew I would be here shooting a podcast on my bed? Guys, I would never have imagined. Before I finished campus, I had a phobia for change. But now that I'm here, I'm just ecstatic. For the first time in my life, I am embracing that life comes with seasons, which require transitions, and I can't wait for what the future has to offer, honestly. Remember, I have surrendered everything to God. For someone who used to fear change, now, I'm like, what is next? I know that the possibilities are quite even more. And I realized in order to embrace change, you have to be positive. Before I used to think about the negative things. Oh my God, what if I die? What if I don't do this? What if I don't get a job immediately after campus? What if? But the what ifs became crazy and they were all negative, but for some reason my mind has shifted positively. I'm always thinking of in 10 years banage, which car am I going to be driving, how many countries will I have traveled to, which which kind of job am I going to be getting. I'm just thinking of more of the beautiful things that could come out of life. Yes, I know the bad things could actually come, but the good things could actually come. So I rather look forward to that than to the bad things, and then I get anxious and then get depressed for things that have not even happened yet. And honestly, I know people are out there and then they always think of the negative things instead of the positive things, but I wish the same enthusiasm for each and everyone, and I hope that we all embrace change because it holds a million possibilities far beyond our imagination. And even when you don't embrace it, one thing is for certain: change is a constant. Life never stops changing, whether we want it or not. So we might as well enjoy it. One thing is also certain, even amidst all changes, and that is Jesus doesn't change. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 8 says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday and forever. Therefore, we ought to surrender our lives that are prone to change so that He guides us through the way. Therefore, we ought to surrender our lives that are prone to change so that He guides us through every season and transition for our lives. Because for Him, He's a constant. Our lives are not a constant at all. So it's surrender, leave everything to Him, and He will lead us through. So please share your experiences regarding change in the comment section on Instagram. You can DM me personally. And what's the best and worst transition you've experienced in your life? And until then, see you on the next episode of Beep Talks.